Hey guys, it's Adi here with MyNokiaBlog, and this is our review of the Nokia Lumia 2520 tablet. So the Nokia Lumia 2520 is Nokia's first try at a modern-day Windows tablet. It's running Windows 8.1 RT, and overall it's a pretty awesome device. But as any other device in the world, it has some cons and some pros. So let's run through them. Starting with the hardware, the design of the 2520 is pretty much amazing. It has a lot in common with the Lumia 720, which in my opinion is one of the best looking devices out there. The curves and these corners of the device are very nice to hold and don't feel uncomfortable when using the device for prolonged periods, which is a huge plus. The device itself isn't very heavy and you can carry it around easily, and the form factor, although quite awkward at first, is very easy to get used to when using it in landscape mode. Although to be honest, Windows 8.1 does look a bit ridiculous in portrait mode. Continuing with the Lumia design we've gotten used to in devices such as the Lumia 920, 1020 or other Lumia devices, the Nokia 2520 comes in multiple colors. You can get it in glossy red, glossy white, matte black, or matte cyan. I myself went for the glossy red, even though I'm fully aware that it's a fingerprint magnet and can pick up micro scratches pretty easily. But the device looks pretty awesome, so I couldn't pass up on the color. In terms of the actual build of the device, it is a pretty solid device, although the back sometimes has some flex if you press down in the middle. You can feel a certain give in the back of the device where it might feel a bit flimsy. Besides that, it's a pretty solid device. I don't have many complaints about the hardware itself, except perhaps a minor one, which would be the fact that the Windows button on the device itself is not backlit at all. So when using the device in the dark, it sometimes can be hard to click on the Windows button. The Lumia 2520 has an 8000 mAh battery, which is pretty awesome, and it can get you easily throughout the day without any problems, and then some. I personally went on a transatlantic flight for almost 12 hours and watched a bunch of movies on it and had almost no issues at all with the battery life. Similar to the Lumia 720, the 2520 also has a 6.7 megapixel camera, which is pretty useful and can come in handy while taking images on the go, but I still wouldn't recommend using your camera as an everyday shooter. The camera app has a nice thing where it captures multiple images and you're able to select which one has the best focus or best look. Although it's, as mentioned, it's still a 6.7 megapixel camera and you're still taking pictures of the tablet. If you're interested in seeing the camera performance of the Lumia 2520, I'll be sure to upload some video and photo samples and include them in the link below, or you might see a link floating around this video. The speakers on the Lumia 2520 are pretty awesome and can easily get the job done when trying to listen to something in a crowded area. As you can tell, they're pretty loud, so let's just lower that a bit. So in terms of hardware, the Lumia 2520 is pretty much the complete package and anything you'd want in a tablet. My only complaints, as mentioned, would probably have to be the lack of an illumination on the Windows key, which might seem like nitpicking, but as someone who uses his tablet a lot in the dark, it could be useful. The other complaint I had was that the buttons on the Lumia 2520 can sometimes come off as a little bit mushy and don't have as much give or feedback as you get from your other Lumia devices such as the 920 or 1020. In terms of software, anyone who's used Windows 8 will feel very familiar with the interface on the Lumia 2520. Sure, it's running Windows 8 RT, but while in the Start menu or Metro mode, there isn't much difference at all. If you're interested in seeing how Windows 8.1 actually is and how to navigate on the Lumia 2520 with it, be sure to check out the video linked here. In general, Windows 8.1 is very fluid on the Lumia 2520 with pretty much almost no problems. If an app for some reason does lag or crash, the system usually isn't slowed down. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to all areas such as desktop mode, which has been very nitpicky with me. I've had trouble with File Explorer constantly crashing and not being very dependable. I found that it also crashes quite often while trying to copy files from a different computer over home group, so it's not the most reliable experience for desktop mode. Of course, seeing as this is a Windows RT device, it was made to be used in Metro mode, and the desktop mode is pretty much only used for file management. So besides storing your files on your desktop and organizing your folders, there isn't much use for the desktop mode as you can't really run any apps in them besides the Office apps, which for some reason haven't been optimized for Metro yet. One thing worth mentioning, which I think is probably the best feature of having a Windows 8 tablet, is the seamless multitasking and split-screen integration. For example, if I have a link here in my Facebook feed, the second I click the link, the screen will be split in half and the link will load in Internet Explorer and split screen. And this is something you can't do on iPad, and I don't think you can even do it on Android except some skins, so it is probably Windows' greatest advantage of how seamless and easy it is to multitask on the thing and increase productivity without even realizing it. And if that's not the purpose of a tablet with full windows, and I don't know what is. You can also run a desktop version of Internet Explorer, which is the same experience you'd get in Metro mode with the same thing. Unfortunately, you cannot add any third-party browsers onto the Windows 8 RT, which means you're stuck with Internet Explorer. Now, technically, that's not a huge break-off for me, but the major issue is that you can't have add-ons such as AdBlock or other things to block annoying pop-ups that you get. So sometimes it'll get bogged down with your performance. If you're limited to a single browser, the Lumia 2520 and Windows 8 RT support Flash, which means that the tablet is great for streaming videos and games while watching. So I found it very useful to stream videos in bed or watch football games while sitting downstairs. This issue I had with the Lumia 2520 was trying to get content onto the device. Seeing how Windows 8 RT acts as if it's a unified PC and not a tablet or mobile device, you can't simply connect it to your computer through a USB port. Instead, you have to try sharing your files by either connecting a flash drive or hard drive to the tablet or sharing them over SkyDrive or Home Group. As I mentioned, Home Group hasn't been very reliable and I've had multiple crashes while trying to connect to it. And the other issue is that you can't create a home group from Windows 8 RT. You'll actually have to create it from your own desktop and then connect to the home group from Windows 8 RT, which can be a bit of a hassle sometimes. One of the best things about Windows 8 RT is the fact that the built-in and pre-installed Metro apps look beautiful and run amazing on the Lumia 2520. This, for example, is the pre-installed Bing Sports app, which looks beautiful, has lots of colorful content, and just matches with the colorful design of the Lumia 2520. You can switch through the apps, and this is the built-in weather app, which is also very useful. You can have it on your lock screen, similar to Windows Phone. This is the Bing News app, which is, once again, a much nicer option than other apps such as Flipboard, which people on iPad and Android have to rely on to get a nice premium experience. One of the best software features of Windows 8 RT on the Lumia 2520 is the integration with my Windows 8 PC. Having two Windows 8 devices makes them sync seamlessly between each other. I have my desktop set to match each other. I can sync storage files over SkyDrive. One advantage of having a Windows Phone is the fact that my photos are automatically uploaded to my SkyDrive camera roll. Meaning if I just head from here to my SkyDrive folder, I can view my camera roll and download any photos I might have taken from my phone without having to connect it to the tablet. Office on the Lumia 2520 is a huge bonus, as it makes it easy to get productivity done on the run. True, not a lot of people will use tablets nowadays for taking notes, but if you're a college student or just need Office on the go, this is your solution. The Office runs pretty smoothly, and although it runs in desktop mode, which means that it's not the most reliable, you can get a lot of things done with it. The keyboard on the tablet is pretty cool. You have multiple options such as the split screen for typing with your thumbs, or switching to a full keyboard, or even switching to a typing recognition keyboard. The marketplace on the Lumia 2520 and Windows 8 has come a long way. It has a lot of nice premium apps, and although not all the major apps are there, you can get a lot of things done with it. And you have a lot of time waster apps such as games, and Xbox Live integration of course helps with things, making it a lot more fun to have a tablet around. All in all, the Lumia 2520 is an excellent tablet, and great job done by Nokia for getting a tablet right for the first try. It has everything you could possibly want from a tablet in terms of design and performance, and besides people complaining about what OS it runs, I don't think there's much else to complain about. The 2520 also has the optional keyboard dock, which adds another 4,000 milliamps of battery. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find one to purchase, and I haven't tested it out yet. But as soon as I do get one, I will review it and give my thoughts on that as well. That we'll see another tablet from Nokia before Microsoft takes over. But I'm glad that at least they got the Lumia 2520 out, which shows what a Nokia tablet is, and stops people from wondering what it could have been. The Lumia 2520 is indeed a great device, and if you're a Nokia fan, or at least a Windows Phone fan, or a Windows fan, or just want a tablet to get something done, Lumia 2520 is definitely an option to consider. Sure, it might be a bit pricey for some people, but don't forget the fact that this has an expandable micro SD card and LTE. And don't forget the display is awesome. Check out those viewing angles. So pretty much nothing went wrong with the tablet except for the fact that it has some minor glitches, nothing that can't be fixed in a software update or two. So hopefully you guys found this review useful, and it'll help you give my thoughts on the Lumia 2520. If you liked the review, don't forget to click the like button, leave a comment, and it would help to subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot, and see you guys around.